In the vibrant heart of nature, there exists a constant echo, a melodic murmur that escapes superficial attention. Have you ever wondered if hidden within this subtle whisper is a secret language? A language that transcends simple communication among bees. Bees are fascinating, as a beehive resonates in the key of C. When someone with post-traumatic stress disorder is placed in the presence of a beehive, there is a cognitive recalibration of post-traumatic stress over time. After a few months, post-traumatic stress disorder may simply disappear by being in the resonant frequency of the bee's C key. If this same principle could be applied to our own being, sound would have the power to transform every cell in our body. In this video, we will explore the science behind cymatics and how sound frequencies can be an incredible tool to shape and revitalize not only beehives, but also our own being. Honeycombs, known for their perfect hexagonal shape, represent a geometric wonder that optimizes both space and efficiency. An intriguing theory suggests that the sound vibrations generated by the constant buzz of bees could influence the wax, directing it to create these ideal geometric forms. This notion has its roots in cymatics, a concept introduced by Hans Jenny in the 1960s. Cymatics studies how sound frequencies have the potential to generate patterns in various mediums, such as liquids, powders, and fine particles. When a surface containing these substances is exposed to specific sound frequencies, the vibrations cause movements in the materials, resulting in patterns that correspond to the characteristics of sound waves. A common example to illustrate this phenomenon is the Chladni plate, a flat surface covered with sand or salt which, when vibrated at specific frequencies, causes the particles to align and form patterns reflecting sound wave forms. Each frequency generates a unique pattern, ranging from simple lines and circles to complex and intricate designs. In general, lower frequencies tend to generate simpler patterns, while higher frequencies lead to more complex shapes. The connection between sound and physical configuration is crucial to understand how bees can use sound in the process of building their hives. On the other hand, bees may have developed the ability not only to communicate through sound, but also to use it as a tool to design their environment. Anthony Holland is a musician and scientist involved in research on the use of resonant frequencies to target cancer cells. Holland's proposal is based on acoustic resonance, which suggests that by applying the correct frequency, it is possible to make an object or structure vibrate and eventually disintegrate. In the case of cancer cells, it is argued that if exposed to a specific resonant frequency, they can be selectively damaged or destroyed. It is currently known that cancer is vulnerable between the frequencies of 100,000 Hz and 300,000 Hz. This approach shows promise as a possible alternative to conventional cancer treatments. This process, called resonant frequency therapy, is based on the premise that each object has a natural vibration frequency. By identifying and applying these specific frequencies to cancer cells, Holland aims to cause the selective destruction of them without compromising the surrounding healthy tissues. This technique uses customized devices designed to deliver these frequencies directly to cancer cells. The preliminary results of laboratory experiments led by Holland have been encouraging, demonstrating the potential of resonant frequency therapy as a more precise and less harmful cancer treatment option. On the other hand, delving further into the effects of sound on the brain, we enter the fascinating dimension of the 40 Hz frequency. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman has put forward an intriguing suggestion for those seeking to improve their concentration and cognitive performance. Huberman recommends listening to a 40 Hz frequency for approximately 30 minutes before engaging in activities such as work, study, or any task requiring significant mental effort. The 40 Hz frequency has a very interesting effect on our minds, as it stimulates neuronal activity and can improve our cognitive ability. When we use a 40 Hz frequency, our brain increases the production of gamma waves, which translates into increased concentration and attention, as well as a reduction in stress and anxiety. Huberman's recommendation is based on the notion that exposure to 40 Hz sound can prepare the brain for optimal performance. The action of the 40 Hz sound consists of aligning the brain's electrical activity in a more coherent and synchronized pattern, which is often associated with an improvement in cognitive abilities. The frequency of binaural tones, which seems to enhance cognitive function at the level of memory, improved reaction times, and better verbal recall, appears to be 40 Hz. Current findings correspond to those of a recent study that also found faster reaction times. There are many examples in the literature of how binaural beats of around 40 Hz have led the brain to an optimal state of learning, memory, and certain types of recovery, such as verbal retrieval and mathematical learning. However, the frequency of 432 Hz is recognized for its mystical aura and praised in the field of sound and music. In the astronomical field, the number 432 takes on special significance. The diameter of the Sun is approximately 864,000 miles, that is, 432,000 miles multiplied by 2. Similarly, a connection is established with the precession of the equinoxes, a cycle that spans about 25,920 years. For the multiplication of 432 by 60 precisely gives this value. In contrast to music tuned to 440 Hz, which often receives criticism for its lack of harmony with natural standards, it is argued that music at 440 Hz can induce anxiety and agitation by not being in tune with the Earth's natural frequency, affecting human well-being and contributing to stress, emotional imbalance, and disconnection from nature. On the other hand, the frequency of 528 Hz, commonly known as the frequency of love, stands out for its ability to induce positive changes in the human body and mind. Dr. Leonard Horowitz is a prominent advocate of the 528 Hz frequency, highlighting the power of sound and music in the healing process. He emphasizes the extraordinary properties of this frequency, especially its potential to repair human DNA. If it weren't for 5, 2, and 8, you wouldn't have circles, you wouldn't have squares, you wouldn't have any sacred geometry, you wouldn't have pyramids. Pyramids are built closely based on the math of pi. You wouldn't have pi without 5, 2, and 8. In other words, you wouldn't have anything without love. You wouldn't have anything. The universe wouldn't exist. Those who incorporate this frequency into their practices report daily increases in feelings of peace, clarity, and well-being. Additionally, the influence of the 528 Hz frequency manifests in its noticeable effect on water, a crucial aspect given that the human body is mainly composed of water. Enzymatic experiments have revealed that water exposed to these frequencies tends to restructure into harmonious and beautiful patterns. This action has led to the belief that music at 528 Hz can harmonize the water in the human body, promoting cellular healing and balance. This frequency is often used in sound therapies and healing music to help people release stress. Furthermore, the 528 Hz frequency is directly related to love and the heart. It is claimed to open the heart chakra, allowing people to experience deeper empathy, compassion, and love. This transformative impact not only affects personal well-being, but also improves interpersonal relationships. Now, the solfeggio scale, in which the 528 Hz frequency is an ancient musical system used in sacred songs and chants. This scale has a series of frequencies that are believed to bring benefits to the human body at a physical, psychological, and spiritual level. Each of the frequencies has its own energy and is believed to positively affect different areas of the body and mind. They are said to have been discovered in antiquity and are fundamental sounds for Western Christianity and Eastern Indian religions. Physician and researcher Joseph Puleo rediscovered the solfeggio frequencies in the 70s and brought back the benefits to the rest of the world. Let's now talk in detail about each of these frequencies and how they positively impact us. 174 Hz. The lowest of tones seems to act as a natural anesthetic and tends to eliminate physical and energetic pain, as well as karmic energy. The frequency of 174 Hz gives our organs feelings of security, protection, and love, motivating them to do their best. 285 Hz. This frequency is useful in treating wounds, cuts, burns, or any other type of damaged tissue. The frequency of 285 Hz is said to be directly linked to our bodies, minds, and souls program for optimal health and physical well-being. Thanks to its incredible ability to remember what is correct and restore cells to their original form, It influences energy fields and sends messages to restructure a damaged organ. 285 Hz helps us remember and heal ourselves, our internal organs, and our energy. 396 Hz clears the feeling of guilt, which often represents one of the fundamental obstacles to achievement, and allows us to reach goals in a much more direct way. It frees us from guilt and fear, dissolving defense mechanisms. It is often used alone and can also be applied as a means of grounding, awakening, activating, and returning to reality. It is common in the use of healing music, aiming to facilitate emotional release and generate a sense of security. 417 Hz. This solfeggio frequency clears traumatic experiences and dissolves destructive influences from past events. It can be used to clear limiting impressions that prevent people from achieving their life goals. Regarding the cellular process, the tone of this frequency stimulates the cell and its DNA to function optimally. It also brings energy to the cells of our body and helps them utilize their creative potentials. As we discussed earlier, the frequency of 528 Hz is known as the frequency of love and is attributed to the DNA's repair properties. The DNA repair process is followed by beneficial effects, for example, an increase in vital energy, clarity of mental consciousness stimulation, and activation of creativity. Static states like deep inner peace, dance, and celebration also open people up to profound spiritual experiences and spiritual enlightenment. 639 Hz. This frequency allows for the creation of a harmonious community and harmonious interpersonal relationships. It can be used to resolve relationship issues within the family, with a partner, friends, or socially. It also serves to stimulate the cell to communicate with its environment. This ancient solfeggio frequency enhances communication, understanding, tolerance, and love. The 639 Hz frequency can also be used to communicate with parallel worlds or spiritual spheres. 741 Hz cleanses the cell of toxins. The frequent use of 741 Hz leads to a much healthier and simpler life. In addition to changing the diet and eating non-toxic foods, it also cleanses the cell of different types of electromagnetic radiation. Another important application of this sound frequency is to clear viral, bacterial, or fungal infections. This tone guides towards a stable and much more spiritually pure life. 852 Hz. This frequency is directly linked to the third eye chakra and can be used for the awakening of inner power and self-realization. It is good for dissolving stagnant mental energy, making room for clear and strong communication with our higher self, spiritual guides, and helpers. 963 Hz. This tone awakens any system to its perfect original state. It is connected to light and the universal spirit, which understands everything and allows us the direct experience of returning to unity. In summary, the solfeggio frequencies, rediscovered by physician and researcher Joseph Puleo in the 70s, have been recognized for their potential benefits to physical, mental, and spiritual health. From the lowest tone of 174 Hz, which acts as a natural anesthetic, to the 963 Hz, which awakens the system to its perfect original state, each frequency has its own healing and transformative function. These frequencies can be utilized in various ways, including sound therapies, meditation, and relaxation practices, to promote greater harmony and well-being in our lives. I hope this summary of the solfeggio frequencies has been enlightening and helpful to you. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you can experience significant improvement in your health and quality of life. Remember to explore the wonders of sound and frequencies to transform every cell in your body and heal every aspect of your life that needs care. Share this knowledge with your friends and family, leave your like, and subscribe for more content like this. Together, we can create a community committed to well-being and self-development. Until next time.